I am William Tenholder, and lo and behold, I have one special game to share with you after winning thousands of games. This one is James Bond. It has James Bond written all over it, so this one will be 007, the Bond. And you'll see as I go through this very quickly. I like to go through these games at Magnus speed, so we just move it along. It's classic, opening. We've all seen these openings, and so we can go through this right now at Magnus speed, right? Just nice and quick. I like to bring out that bishop to oppose the other bishop, and we'll see how that turns out very well after. So this is about the speed that Magnus would play at. Excuse me. And so we have the usual precautions, usual moves, and let's just get the right button. There we go. And let's move through. This is a very nice, you can take a photo of this one. Black's defense here is beautiful. You see the pawns on the right, the wavy, two pawns and wave, two pawns up. That's a very modern opening and very effective. So let's take a look now at Magnus speed. Let's move this along. This is like the James Bond movie. There it goes. Okay, so they're trying for the queenside attack. Get it to move. Okay, so we castle. Now this is it. This is the attack, right? So the king is James Bond, and look at that bishop. It's the evil bishop. It's coming in to attack. And what are we going to do about that? So we slip and slide our knight, and the attack's not over. They have bad intentions. This is just like the bad intentions of a James Bond movie. So let's see how this transpires. The queen's in for the kill, right? And so we now see now that bishop now takes the white bishop, and that destroys any possibility of a successful attack. So it was well placed, took care of business, and now it's just a matter of how does Bond escape from this? How does Bond escape from this? Well, if I can get the keyboard to work here, I'm just doing my best here to hit this button. There it goes. Boy, you wouldn't think these things would wear out. But here we go. Come on. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable, that button will not activate. Come on. Come on. Work for me. Come on. Let's do it. So, we're getting some action here out of this machine. I'm going to have to use a different one for these. So now we can see over a few moves here that the attack is not working. Bond is escaping. And so now check this out. This is amazing. This is as funny as a Bond movie. I mean, I can't, look at that. I can't get this thing there. That's too funny. Let's try and use the pinky finger. Maybe that'll work. So queen attacks the queen, and oh boy, I'll have to do this on a different machine. It's not fair. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. So, many attacks going on here. And finally, we get to this position. And this is, the great escape. Because black queen takes pawn. Both queens are hanging, actually. So, it's quite hilarious. Now, would you believe somebody would maybe whisper in the white queen's ear, hey, why don't you go and take that black queen? It's not protected. And so somebody maybe should whisper in the black queen's ear, why don't you take the white queen? It's not protected. You got two hanging queens here in the middle of the board. It must be a James Bond movie, right? Must be a James Bond movie because the next move, the knight retreats, and then Bond wakes up. Bond wakes up and realizes, you know what? They just let me escape. Oh boy, it's just as good as a James Bond movie. Queen takes queen. Both were hanging, but the black queen got the piece. And in James Bond fashion, check this out in high speed. With about 8 seconds left on the clock, at the end of this game, Bond wins. That was just a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed this. Sorry about the keyboard thing, but, hopefully that added some fun to the whole experience. I'm William Tenholder. This was just hilarious. James Bond. I love chess.